All right, Georgia. So this week was going to be my annual nerd mecca to Vegas, except for last year. And turns out this year too, due to concerns of the rapid spread of the Omicron variant. Let's hope this is the variant that turns the virus from pandemic to endemic. Well, I wasn't the only one who bailed on this, though, as many large corporations pulled out of CES, even when the organization stated that they're excited to return home to Las Vegas for a physical event. Still, over 2,200 companies were there in person. So let's take a look at the exciting things that were announced.
Okay.
Sony. Georgia, do you remember when they were relevant?
Aw.
Well, they were there showing their cars. That's right, cars.
Cars? Okay.
Now, these debuted in 2019 when I was there, and their follow-up SUV came with an official announcement of their mobility automotive platform. Their debut of these vehicles is timed to be just before Apple formally announces their super secret, although not too secret, automotive platform. Maybe this will be Sony's chance to leapfrog the company that took away their Walkman and camcorder steam.
Right.
Sony also announced that they have a second generation virtual reality headset, which ties into their PS5 and is easier to set up with one cable. And that has higher resolution than their first generation wearable, which came out years ago for the PS4. Speaking of virtual reality, Meta, owners of Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, pulled out of the show, but we can only assume that they were going to show their latest Oculus face coverings. Now, the Oculus app was the #1 downloaded app in the iTunes store for Christmas Day and actually Christmas Eve too. So many people are buying them, but many parents are upset that you need a Facebook account to set them up, which limits users to 13 of age or higher. And once you get into the apps, there's no parental controls.
Right.
So any app on the platform is able to be installed on the devices.
Yeah, they got to fix that.
Now, Samsung, they announced that their TVs would show NFTs. I guess you'd call that an NFTV.
I like it.
It's the first screen, not the first screen to do this, but they did state that you could show off your digital art in the same lighting that the original artist depicted it to be shown.
Okay.
Whatever that means. No demos were made. So I'm not sure how they're going to pull that lighting metadata off, but that's what metadata is for now, isn't it? Now, one more cool feature is that the remote controls also charge via solar cells on the back, or get this, from stray Wi-Fi signals.
Oh my gosh.
Now, the remote doesn't have a battery, just capacitors, which are way easier to charge with this type of harvesting. Still, I got to see how that works. Now, they also announced integration with GeForce. Now, that's gaming built right into the TV sets for the cloud. Very cool. Now, in the past, we've talked about the Mercedes EQS.
Yeah.
And now the EQXX, see what they did there?
Right.
That concept debuted as the most aerodynamic, efficient vehicle on the market, beating the Lucid Motors numbers by a fraction. This has a drag coefficient of 0.17 compared to the EQS's 0.20 and Lucid's 0.21.
What does that mean?
Yeah, well, it cuts through the air better than a Formula One car, and it gets more than 600 miles per gallon gas equivalent.
Whoa, when is that thing coming out?
Well, we don't know yet. And the key to the mileage that they're getting is their new batteries. They're made from a high silicon anode, which is bonded to the lower panel of the chassis. So they're 50% smaller and 30% lighter than those found in their last prototype car, the EQS. This means the total mass of this concept car, the new one, is 3,800 pounds, and it's about 1,600 pounds less than the larger car we showed last year. Now, no word, Georgia, on when these vehicles are coming to market, but Mercedes claims many of the manufacturing techniques needed to create these cars are implemented on today's vehicles. Oh, and the seats and door pulls are made from cactus and mushroom fibers, which are fully sustainable, versus leather, which I believe smells better.
Okay. But I mean, I hope those aren't the little needles aren't sticking up.
Yeah,
when you
the
say
cactus
cactus, I'm like, the seats are made of cactus?
It's the cactus fiber and the mushroom fiber. But what things and their stocks can you buy in the near future coming from the chip makers? Well, Intel's latest 12th gen processors have cores that will be tweaked for either economy, low voltage, or high power in an effort to get more use from your laptop when it's in batteries and make it also run cooler. Intel also showcased their MobileEye autonomous driving 5th generation IQ chips, where they have shipped 100 million chips since their debut. Think about it. Honda, Audi, BMW, and VW, they're all customers of these devices, which will receive over-the-air updates towards autonomous driving, just like Uncle Tesla does. AMD has gaming-focused graphics cards that will be available, they say, at the end of this month, starting under $200 and work their way up to $500. Plus, their stock is up 56% over the last year. So remember, you may want to spend some of your hard-earned cash on shares if you believe in the product as well. Finally, Nvidia announced their $2,500 gaming laptop that's available in February, or if you've already got a fast PC, their $300 video card will do hardware-based ray tracing, something that's extremely unique at that price point. So Georgia, we've got a lot of new computer stuff coming down the pipeline.
So much.
It's shipping a lot earlier in the year from when it's normally announced. It takes usually months to come to market. Does this mean supply chains are fixed? Well, a new gauge from the Federal Reserve released today shows that global supply chain pressures may have peaked. The Global Supply Chain Pressure Index is a metric to document supply chain disruptions. Now, the NY Fed team says that while supply chain disruptions are indeed historically high, they may have peaked and may start to moderate somewhere going forward.
Good.
So if you like the stuff, you can buy the stocks today and hope you make some returns on them while you wait for the products to ship and not get stuck in a canal or something.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. I love it.